Alright, so now we're going to go back to pattern fitting. And this is my favorite part right here, because I worked like for 3 days on, this chart was confusing me. What this chart shows is that, now notice they're lined up. So this is a rule of charting. You line the charts up. So 3, 7, blank here, over here 3, 7, bunch of blanks, down to a 5 in the corner. That's a red 5. If you can't see it, there's a green 5. And the string shapes all line up. GD here, okay, C and E up here, should be up there, but it isn't shown that way. But G is up here. That's a little mistake of mine. See that XX? These are just labels, so I should have put the C and E. I can put the C and E, and I probably will make that little adjustment, but pretty much it's all lined up. It is, believe me. So we're looking at 2 separate cases, 2 separate color schemes for the same 10 string pattern stack. And hopefully in the next couple of charts I'm going to do all this for you, but we can show you what's going on right now. So let's just look at the bottom. Let's grab 6 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is all P4 tuning. Okay? So it's all that's the kind of tuning it is, okay? Instead of our proper tuning. Now I didn't change the tuning there. I was just fine-tuning the tuning, because we did change the tuning. That's why I don't like to change the tuning to demonstrate P4 tuning, because I got to retune my guitar a couple of times to get back to regular tuning, which has the tuning third. These are all P4 tunings, all perfect fourths. Every interval between strings, these are the strings, there's 10 strings, right? Every interval between strings here is a fourth. Here, 2 goes to 5. Okay, 5 goes to root. Root goes to fourth. Okay, I'm just trying to, make it obvious that that's the fourth there. Fourth, this goes to, the fourth of the fourth is a B flat, but it's an accidental, and it also has a label on it. All right, the king is coming. Okay, so what do we got here? What we're going to do is going to take the bottom 6 strings. So we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it major first. Okay, so these, what it is tri pattern stack. This is 1, 4, 5. Right here, you can see it right here. Root 4, 5. So we've got all major triads in one diagram. So from root down there, you get, I would start here, you go root 3, 5, root 3. Root 3, 5, root. But I have to warp it on my guitar. You see, so I'm not going to play that. I'm going to show you how that's going to work out when we warp it over. So first of all, we're only looking at 6 strings, but this is 10 strings for a reason, because it's all possible cases. Now we're only looking at 6 strings here. Okay, I'm going to cut this out here, and then I'm going to use this top part, which is no plays anyway, right? I'm going to use this top part as our reference for sizing. Okay, now what do we got here? We've made something. Now this is a playable. Now it's playable because we just did it for the tuning warp. So it's root 3, 5, root 3, 5, root. Okay, so it's root 3, 5, root 3, 5, root. Isn't that nice? You got that chord right there. I'm holding the root on top. And the 5th, actually. So that's a second inversion. It's a really nice chord there. But what are we looking at? What shape? Okay, we've got 3 shapes showing, but we just did the root. Now if we look at the middle, only the middle notes, which are the gray notes, the Lydian major fourth. 4, 6, root, 4, 6, root 4. Exactly the same shape. The fourth has the exact same shape, but that's the triads. If you wanted to do a diatonic, and by the way, the pentatonic is shaped the same too. But if you wanted to do a diatonic with the fourth and the seventh, the fourth would come out. You'd have your augmented fourth, your Lydian fourth, your Locrian seventh is the Lydian fourth, I call it. Okay, and you'd have the leading tone to the fourth. But with the fifth, okay, you'd have a half step up. You'd have a half step up to the fourth of the fifth, but the seventh of that local seventh of that fifth would be a dominant. So it's different. So we're not worried about that right now. We're just worried about the triads to show that they're going to be shaped the same. So starting from the fourth, which is say here, we're going to go 4, 6, root, 4, 6, root 4. 4, 6, root, 4, 6, root 4. Okay, and then we have that same chord. Alright, and we had that with the root up here. And then obviously we're going to have that with the fifth. So that's what this chart demonstrates, with the 3 notes sharing the same note space, that we have these repeating shapes. Okay, and indeed we do have them. Look at this. Here's the C-shaped root, 5 root 3, 5 root 3. Here's a C. Here's a there should be a C-shaped fourth here, right here. This is a G-shaped. Where's our C-shaped fourth? Right here, big time. Root 4, 6, root 4, 6. But you see how it's a little harder to find. Where's our big C over here? Here's our big C right here. C-shaped fifth, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7. But when we look at it on our chart over here, we can see them superimposed on each other, that we have the same thing. Now, indeed, we're looking at here, look at this note, we got 6, 7 root, we got a G shape on the root. Okay, we've got a 2, and a 3 and a 4, which is a D-shaped fourth, and then a 3, a 4, and a 5, so it's a C-shaped fifth. So let's look at that. We've got our, starting from the 6, we've got ourselves a G-shaped root. And we've got a D-shaped fourth. And the fifth is C-shaped, starting from the third. Now that's kind of strange. Okay, my bad there. In this configuration, you just look at the root shape is a G shape. Okay? 6, 7 root is a G shape. But we've also got, obviously, the same shapes. So they're all 3 are G-shaped. This is a G-shaped box. So we can try one more. Let's do another one. It becomes G-shaped, all 3 of them. I was doing some weird stuff there with the other shapes. But they were the 3, they were the G, the D, and the C of the root. So I make mistakes. Let's do another.